In this video, we're stepping into Philadelphia in the 1700s, a city that looks busy with trade, but is quietly gearing up to change history. Hear the dockside creak along the Delaware, the market calls, the wagons and footsteps in narrow streets. Inside taverns and meeting rooms, arguments spark, pamphlets spread, and new ideas travel faster than ships. Brick meeting houses and civic halls rise as neighborhoods push outward. Each image captures Philadelphia, becoming the beating heart of colonial America. If you enjoy this journey, make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments what city or era you want to explore next. Number 1. Market Street, Philadelphia, William Birch, 1800. This engraving presents Market Street as the civic and social backbone of late 18th century Philadelphia. The muddy roadway, crowded with carts, horses, and pedestrians, reflects a city still shaped by physical labor and constant movement rather than paved order. Brick buildings line the street with restrained Georgian symmetry, signaling stability without grandeur. The absence of sidewalks forces all classes to share the same space. Merchants, laborers, and officials moving side by side. This image captures a moment when commerce, debate, and daily life overlapped in public view. Market Street was not merely a commercial route, but a stage where political ideas circulated informally, long before they were fixed into documents. The scene conveys a city in transition, grounded in colonial routine, yet quietly preparing for revolutionary change through everyday interaction and visibility. Number 2. Christ Church, Philadelphia, c. 1754-1760. This view of Christ Church emphasizes its vertical presence within a low, dense urban landscape. Rising above surrounding rooftops, the spire functions as both a spiritual marker and a visual anchor for the growing city. The restrained elegance of the structure reflects Anglican influence and the importance of religious institutions in colonial civic life. People gathered below appear small in scale, reinforcing the church's symbolic authority. Christ Church served not only as a place of worship, but also as a social and cultural meeting point for Philadelphia's elite, including many political figures of the Revolutionary era. The engraving reflects how religion, architecture, and power intersected in 18th century urban planning, where sacred spaces shaped the skyline and conveyed moral order within a rapidly expanding commercial city. Number 3. East view of the city of Philadelphia, William Birch, 1800, view c. 1790. Seen from across the Delaware River, this panoramic engraving presents Philadelphia as a confident Atlantic port at the height of its 18th century growth. The river dominates the foreground, filled with sailing vessels and small craft that signal constant trade and movement. Behind them rises a compact skyline punctuated by church spires rather than monumental government buildings. This composition emphasizes commerce as the city's lifeblood, with the river acting as a direct connection to Europe, the Caribbean, and the interior colonies. The orderly arrangement of streets and structures suggests stability and planning, while the busy harbor conveys economic ambition. The image presents Philadelphia not as a frontier town, but as a mature commercial capital fully integrated into global networks. Number 4. View of Philadelphia from the Delaware River, George Heap, c. 1754. This early engraving offers one of the first comprehensive visual records of Philadelphia's waterfront. The city appears modest in scale, yet purposeful in design, with uniform buildings facing the river that sustained its economy. Ships dominate the scene, underscoring the importance of maritime trade long before independence. Unlike later idealized views, this image retains a practical tone, emphasizing function over spectacle. The riverfront is active but not grand, reflecting a working port shaped by necessity rather than imperial display. This view captures Philadelphia during its formative phase, when commercial identity was already established, but political significance was still emerging. It documents the physical foundations upon which the city's later revolutionary role would be built. Number 5. Pennsylvania State House, William Birch, 1799-1800. This engraving presents the Pennsylvania State House as a symbol of civic authority, balance, and reason. Its symmetrical facade and restrained ornamentation reflect Enlightenment ideals that shaped Philadelphia's political culture. Unlike European palaces, the building communicates power through order rather than scale. The surrounding open space suggests accessibility and public engagement rather than isolation. This was the site where colonial assemblies met, and where the Declaration of Independence and later the Constitution were debated. The image conveys a sense of calm stability, masking the intense ideological conflict that unfolded inside. It stands as a visual representation of a political experiment grounded in rational design and collective governance. Number 6. The Assembly Room, Pennsylvania State House, late 18th century depiction. This interior view focuses on the controlled, disciplined environment in which revolutionary decisions were made. The room's modest proportions, wooden furnishings, and limited decoration emphasize function over spectacle. Delegates are arranged formally, reinforcing hierarchy and order during debate. Light enters through tall windows, symbolically aligning reason and transparency with political deliberation. This was the space where disagreement shaped compromise, and where abstract principles were translated into lasting structures of governance. The absence of dramatic visual elements underscores the seriousness of the proceedings. The image reflects a political culture that valued restraint, discussion, and collective authority over individual display or emotional persuasion. Number 7. Philadelphia Almshouse, House of Employment, c. 1767 to 1780. This engraving depicts the almshouse as an institutional response to poverty in 18th century Philadelphia. The structure appears orderly and imposing, reinforcing ideals of discipline and social control. Designed to house the poor, sick, and elderly, it reflects a belief that assistance should be paired with labor and supervision. The building's separation from residential areas emphasizes social boundaries within the city. Figures within the scene appear regulated rather than individualized, highlighting the loss of privacy inherent in institutional care. This image reveals how Philadelphia balanced ideals of charity with strict moral oversight, offering insight into early American attitudes toward welfare, responsibility, and public order in an expanding urban society. Number 8. London Coffee House, Front and Market Street, William Birch, 1799. This scene captures the London Coffee House as a hub of information, commerce, and political exchange. The building itself is unremarkable, but the activity surrounding it signals its importance. Merchants, ship captains, and citizens gather in open view, blurring the line between public and private space. Auctions, conversations, and negotiations occur alongside everyday movement. The adjacent open lot extends this activity into the street, reinforcing transparency and economic life. This image illustrates how power operated informally in colonial Philadelphia, where decisions were shaped as much by conversation and reputation as by official institutions. It reflects a civic culture grounded in visibility and exchange. Number 9. Stone Prison, Philadelphia, 1728. This engraving of Philadelphia's stone prison presents confinement as a visible element of urban order. Constructed of heavy masonry, the building appears solid and uncompromising, reinforcing authority through permanence. Its separation from residential areas marks a clear boundary between civic life and punishment. The prison reflects colonial beliefs that discipline should be public enough to deter disorder, yet physically contained. Unlike later penitentiaries focused on reform, this structure emphasizes restraint and control. The image serves as a reminder that liberty in 18th century Philadelphia existed alongside strict systems of enforcement. It completes the portrait of a city balancing freedom, commerce, governance, and authority during a formative historical moment.